I'm sorry. Hold on. Can I start all over again?
That's okay.
Okay. I'm gonna collect my thoughts together. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Okay, no. New unit.
Positive
Okay.
thoughts.
Okay. Slaughterhouses. They're no laughing matter, right? Um. So why even bring them up? Well, at least in a past presentation, Barry Fike has brought up how, someone has horribly and unapologetically, um, tried to persuade all of us here into the new light of veganism. And well, although I'm not gonna go into slaughterhouses for the sake of my grade today, I do want to cover a little bit about what it is to be vegan and why it is important for each and every single one of us in this room today to be vegan. Well, veganism, what does it do? Why is it important? It enhances the quality of life. It promotes the general welfare, not just for us, but for the livestock, for animals, and for our planet as well. So let's delve into it. What does it mean to be vegan? Well, vegan kind of goes on beyond a diet or a lifestyle. It is something that goes on to promote the likelihood of life and love for everyone on this earth. Well, back in 1874, according to the Doppler Encyclopedia of Environmental Health, uh, the root word of veg, meaning vegetus, from a Latin derivative, means the form of life. And what veganism and vegetarianism both kind of try to do is to enhance the quality of life all around. Okay, the difference between vegetarians and vegans, for those of you who are a little confused, is that vegans stray away from animal testing, animal products, and animal anything, whereas vegetarians kind of will delve into dairy and sometimes even eggs, which stem from animals. Now, why is it important for us to be vegan rather than vegetarian as well? Well, first and foremost, animal cruelty. Animal cruelty, when we think about this, we think of, again, slaughterhouses, but I would rather we think about our animals as friends, not food. Why is this important? Well, animals are also flesh, blood, and bones, and it has been proven according to Bruce Frederick, the rights of animals, that animals can feel pain and suffering, and they also have the same five senses that we do, right? We must defend and we must protect this other form of life. Just because they are not humans doesn't mean they are lesser than or less in value than for us or to us. Moreover, the environmental impact that veganism has, well, for starters, it saves so much water. When you go to a plant-based alternative, such as almond milk rather than cow's milk, it only utilizes about 74 liters of water, according to Edward's Evening News, whereas cow's milk requires 124 liters of milk, of water in that milk. Moreover, when you eat about 1 kilogram of beef, it is the same emissions. It is equivalent to the emissions produced by 63 miles in a driving car. Now, um, industrialized farming is also responsible for deforestation, extinction, and greenhouse gases. Apparently, 14.5% of industrial farming is responsible for the greenhouse gases that are chewing away at our ozone layer. Now, according to Charles Darwin and his laws of Darwinism and evolution and so on and so forth, there should be this equilibrium between food production, our environment, and our population. And well, unfortunately, because of that, uh, there is an uneven, there is not an equilibrium. There's an uneven balance, more so to speak, because the amount of food that it takes to feed cattle or livestock is much more than it would need to require to feed a population of people. According to the Gale ebooks, about 40 to 50% of the field is filled with corn, and about 80% is filled with soybeans. And well, what that all of that is what is utilized to feed livestock, when instead that can be used to feed populations and practically end world hunger. More so, The meat and dairy consumption are responsible for high cholesterol and low fiber intake, leading to heart diseases, heart attacks, and strokes. And it goes on to affect 68% of the population of the U.S. that is at faulty for its death. Um, and all of this is according to the Environmental Encyclopedia. Now, why switch over to plant-based proteins? Well, for one, it will not only affect people or lives outside of you or even our planet, but it also affects you individually. As an individual, you got to take care of your health. You got to maintain a clean and healthy diet if you want to at least, expand your life expectancy. And to do this, one way that kind of people sort of protest about switching over to plant-based foods is because most vegans are malnourished, or people just don't know where to get their protein intake from, and beyond that, sometimes it could be really expensive. But I'm here to tell you that it's actually not, because according to Can a Vegan Diet Give You All You Need, um, it has proven that there are studies that prove that some of the malnourishments that most vegans kind of fall faulty at are between B12s and omega-3s, which are highly found in animal products. B12s, well, what are B12s? B12s are kind of like this bacteria that is found in animals, but that bacteria comes from like contaminated waters and poor living structures that these animals that we tend to consume um, are highly in. And well, instead of going to the animal looking for that bacteria, we can kind of get that healthy bacteria ourselves from fortified foods, and even some breakfast cereals such as Cheerios or Special K. And as for our omega-3s, they are found highly in fish oil, and they're important for our neurological functions. And these omega-3s are also found in flax seeds. So if you ever, want to spice up your yogurts or oatmeal, add a little flax seeds, even chia seeds, and they will give you the right amounts of daily nutritional value that you need for omega-3s. Moreover, if you want to get those gains bigger, all you got to do is before you hit the gym, protein foods. Well, protein foods, plant-based foods, protein, uh, plant-based proteins. What does this all mean? Well, plants tend to go through this photosynthesis photosynthetical process where they get their nutrients and their food from the sun. And when these animals that we tend to eat, like chicken or steak, they go on and eat those plants. And from those plants that already made those proteins from photosynthesis, the animals ingest that protein. And when we ingest those animals, we actually end up eating less of that protein that we could have had to begin with. So if you want to maximize your protein intake, go straight to the source, go straight to your plants. And this is all according to Proteins by the Morning Edition and the Real Life Biology. Lastly, if you want to eat vegan and you want to ball out on a budget, well, according to the Pepper demographic here at school, there is a simple way that you could come up with a cost-efficient plan to be vegan. For starters, you could go with the plant-based alternatives, which are absolutely 100% good for you, clean eating. But again, there's going to be mock products. And these mock products tend to be a little more on the higher end, on the more expensive end. And what you want to do is to stray from that, to avoid spending too much money. You want to focus on eating more grains, fruits, and vegetables. Focus on your produce rather than the mock products. So all in all, if you want to kind of refine and enhance your own life expectancy, and you want to promote life outside yourself, you want to promote life for the animals, or even help our environment, what you want to do is you want to focus on plant-based proteins, and you want to focus on switching over to a plant-based diet, where this can go on. You can go on to do this by scanning this QR code right here. And in this QR code, it will send you to the Vegan Society, where they will offer you a newsletter and you will be able to pledge. This is specifically designed for non-vegans, so that way you can be informed, you could be educated, you can ask questions, you can hear your curiosity, and you can even go on to donate to this foundation that will go on to support um, programs that are designed to end world hunger. So if you want to switch over to the vegan or plant-based lifestyle, I recommend going with the QR code. And with this being said, this is how vegans are made.